Welcome everyone to my YouTube channel Living with Spice. I'm Rebecca Gabriel. We're going to be doing a monthly reading for Capricorn for the month of July. As you know, I do weekly, monthlies and the love readings for each zodiac sign, so keep an eye out for that in the playlists. It's always a really good idea to check out the monthly reads and to rewatch them, because it gives you an opportunity to step back away from the detail of your life and to see things from a bigger picture point of view. And often, you know, the timing of these things plays out differently for different people. But when we go back to look at the reading, you get an opportunity to sort of reprocess the information that's come through, check in as to whether or not that fits your situation. So there's always benefit in these monthly reads, and it is different. It's a different benefit to the weekly reads. The weeklies help us to fine tune on the detail of specific events right at hand. In any case, if you do find these readings helpful to you, let me know. Give it a thumbs up, and certainly don't forget to subscribe so you get to have the notifications every time I post. Yes, and just refer to the playlist so you know how to find those different readings that pertain to you. Now, they are general readings, so they're not going to resonate with everybody. So if you are interested in a private reading, please contact me. My details are in the description box, along with some links for the cards that I use and my book, The Power of Soul Loving, A Spiritual Guide to Love and Freedom. And that is immensely helpful for anyone going through, you know, significant transformation in their life. So check that out. And let's get into your read, Capricorn. So Capricorn, let's check out what's going on for you for the month of July. What can we expect in terms of the theme of energy and things playing out for you in July? We'll just start with some cards to give us the general theme for Capricorn. All right, I can see straight off the bat here that it feels to me like you've got some significant decisions to make. You're very much in your head, and we've got the Seven of Swords and the Nine of Swords, which is indicating to me that you're deep in thought about things at the moment, and yeah, it's probably stressing you out a little bit. It just feels like the weight of it feels like you've got an important decision or decisions to make, and you're trying to sort out what's most important and what's least important. And you're sort of trying to deal with it, you know, by making some lists and sort of checking out, doing your homework, writing out the pros and cons of things. But it's kind of weighing heavily on your mind. At night time, you are, you know, you're worried about it, you're mulling things over. And however, you know, we'll see how things play out for you, Capricorn. So we've got the Seven of Swords there. And you can see that you're very much in deep thought here with the Nine of Swords. Things are sort of really playing on your mind. But I feel that you're going to be receiving some loving guidance from this King of Cups here. The King of Cups is wise, experienced, grounded, and very loving, and very much cares for your well-being. So this is a special person in your life that you no doubt know, feel close to. And, you know, this person is stepping forward to be, at this moment in time, a significant part of your life who's there to help you and support you. And isn't that wonderful? Yeah, so, and this is followed by the Prince of Pentacles. So I feel that in some way, the King of Cups here is doing what he can to support you in many ways, emotionally support you, and then the Prince of Pentacles, I feel it's the same energy. I've just got this feeling that it's the same energy of the same person, but in terms of trying to assist you, and even if the assistance in terms of physical resources is not a huge amount, it's certainly there to help you out in whatever way is going to make a positive difference to you. So that's really great to know. So even though you've got things weighing heavily on you, you've certainly got effective and significant support in your life. So why don't we see how that's going to unfold for you, Capricorn. Let's see how that's going to come out. So I might just we will have a look at the Wisdom of Oracle deck. Thank you, Spirit, for your guidance for Capricorn. Can you tell us a little bit more about the decision making here of what's weighing heavily on Capricorn's mind? So Capricorn, I'm just feeling into. So I just paused. I was just trying to feel into the reading there. We have the card New Life here, and I feel, Capricorn, this is what you're desiring. You're really desiring to want to break free from your current situation, whatever it is that's troubling you at the moment, and you're trying to make a decision around. The energy or your desire is to have a new life, new experience, and a new energy in your life is what you're desiring. A sense of freedom and a sense to be your most inspired and creative self. So that's what you're really truly desiring at the moment. And I think you're coming to the realization after all of this contemplation is that it's time to leave the situation that's not satisfying you. Whatever that situation is, you're recognizing it's time to go. So let's see how this unfolds. We've got a King of Cups energy here, someone who's very loving, cares about you very much, and the Prince of Pentacles, who someone who's not rushing forward, but certainly desiring to be in your life and offer you something. It's not a huge amount, but it's something. Again, you're poised here, ready to break free. So you're really going through a lot of deep thought, and there's a really strong desire for you wanting to have to break free and to feel lightness, hope for the future. And I think that's where your thoughts are going here, is like, what's next? What's next? How do I see my life unfolding into the next phase? And you haven't worked it out yet, but you certainly have the desire. You see both these cards look so similar here. You're poised on the edge and you're ready to fly. You want to fly. You want to break free in order to be what you know to be your best self. So perhaps there's a feeling at the moment of being trapped, being restricted, not very happy, not very happy, Jan. And realizing you just really want to move on to the next thing in your life and to really be yourself. Now, there is a lot of sort of chaos and conflict around you, and perhaps this is the energy surrounding you at the moment. Perhaps a lot of that is to do with internal conflict and worry and what have you. But truly at the moment, you're not feeling like your real self. And we can see a transformation happening here. So the zebra is looking like the giraffe on the outside, but on the inside, oh Capricorn, you're so dying to get back to the real you. So we can see the zebra stripes underneath. So there's all of this layers coming off here, and you're really wanting to break free from a lot of hoo-ha around you, a lot of tension and nonsense and stuff that just feels like it's not your energy. It's energy that seems to be put upon you. And you just so do not want to have that. You want to break free from that so that you can get back to being yourself, or the person that you know yourself to be, the best version of you. You're just not feeling yourself at the moment. It's like you've been stuck in limbo for a while, and you're kind of done with this. But in the early part of the month, you're struggling to know how to do that, how to break free from that energy. So let's see how this might be unfolding for you. We'll take a look at the psychic. What is this? The Wisdom of Avalon deck. Thank you, Spirit. What are the steps that Capricorn needs to go through in order to discover this new life and to break free? What can you share with us about this? It must be quite a frustrating energy, but I do see a lightness about it, and your desire is the lightness. So I know and I can feel that there's a creative urge in you that wants to be expressed, and perhaps you find ways to help you start expressing that. So through creative projects or things that sort of help you to feel in touch with what it is that you love, and things that make you feel happy. And even if they're small things, I feel that you are really allowing yourself to tap into that kind of energy in order to move to that next phase of your life. So you're searching, but it feels like you're searching in all the right ways, tapping into creative energy is a brilliant way to be able to get ideas flowing, so that you can get back to what feels like home within you. I think you felt quite out of your comfort zone, in limbo, not your normal self, finding that you've been doing things that don't feel like you, and it's kind of really got you stuck in your head. And so it's this heavy energy here, but you're so desiring to get back into something that's going to lift you and make you feel brighter. Yeah, you are in your head, you're worried about things ahead, and you're not too sure how to handle it at the moment. So things you're worried about your finances, I think. I feel that you worried about how you're going to fund this new life ahead for you. And I guess that's why maybe the Prince of Pentacles has shown up. It's about your finances, and it doesn't feel like there's a lot here, and you really are needing some help in that area. And I feel that somebody will help you, but you're kind of worried about it. You're worried about where it's going to all come from, and you're concerned about the funds drying up right now. So we hear you. So we've got the Deer energy coming out here, which sort of indicates to me that Spirit is advising you in terms of relationships and relating to people. What's really important in your energy at the moment, Capricorn, is to be mindful of how to be diplomatic when you are communicating with other people and relating to other people. That come from a place that's gentle and understanding and empathetic. And I feel that, Capricorn, you are capable of doing this. Sometimes, though, you do forget, and you may come across as a little bit cold and calculated. Not always, but I think that Spirit is just to remind you, especially in terms of someone who's close to you. We've got 2-2, which is to do with partnerships or people that you work closely with or you're in close association with. Just remember to be diplomatic, okay? To be gentle with your energy. And sometimes that means that we just need to be a really good listener, and to take some time to process information cautiously, gently, using all of your sensory awareness and sensory acuity to understand where someone's coming from, and that will help you to measure your own response and to monitor someone else's energy, to kind of read them clearly. So pay attention to their body language, the energy that you're sensing from them, Capricorn. That will give you a lot of information, because often people don't They're not able to speak clearly with words. So you're going to have to do a bit of sleuthing in terms of your ability to suss out their energy. And that's where you're going to find some extra truth to the situation that will give you some clues on how to speak with them and how to relate to them. I feel that that's going to be important for you in July in terms of how you may be, relating to perhaps this energy, the male energy, the King of Cups energy, or anyone else for that matter. People who perhaps are a little bit guarded. You see this Prince of Pentacles, he really is hiding behind that shield, isn't he? He does look a little tentative coming close to you, and he's perhaps not really too sure how to be in your space and how to be in your energy. He wants to come forward, but he's nervous about how to do that. Perhaps he doesn't feel quite as skilled as you. And I feel that's why, Capricorn, you need to sort of be really mindful of how you approach the person, and to really use your senses to read their energy, and that's going to give you the information you need. Because I have a feeling this Prince of Pentacles is not as comfortable with words and a little bit clumsy when articulating. The intention, the good intention is there, but perhaps they're not as good at reading the energy as you are. So I feel that that's a heads up for you. That's going to really help you with your communication with people during the month of July. What else, Capricorn, Spirit, have you got for Capricorn in July? What else is coming up? We have the Raven. Well, that's interesting. So the Raven is a symbol that brings to us messages, synchronicities, signs from Spirit and from heaven and from your higher self, to let you know to be aware of something, that something's coming up, that it's like a little bit of a spiritual red flag. So when you start to see things coincidentally, and they could be random, they could appear like random pieces of information that come to you, but when you use your ability to pick up on body language and sensing what's not being said with words, Spirit is kind of speaking to you through your ability to sense things, and you start to be able to piece pieces of the puzzle together, and that's helping you to get the picture of a situation. And I feel like Spirit is going to be guiding you to understand a situation with someone by through these what would seem like random pieces of information, but in actual fact they are synchronicities and coincidences where things just happen to come together, and then it's like you go, oh, that's what that means. And it feels like magic when suddenly things go ting, 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 and they all lock in together, and you go, right, I see what the situation is now. So that's going to help you with some of your problem solving in July. And if you are being a good observer and noticing, doing a good job of noticing things, that's going to help piece together the information for you around some situations that are clearly on your mind and troubling you. You've got things that are troubling you that you haven't been able to quite work out, but Spirit's going to help you. Spirit's going to help you piece the pieces together. So do your best to pocket that fear energy away, so that you are most alert to receive the messages that are going to be coming your way, Capricorn. What else, Spirit, do we have for Capricorn? Very interesting. So, when we pay attention, the answers are often revealed to us. We do need to be paying attention, though, and you've just got to put your fear aside so that you are more alert. I've got another, there we go. We've got the Hawk. Omens and messages. Okay, so this is really interesting. These two cards are saying very, very similar energy here. In terms of your deep questions about the future, about people in your life, how you're moving through into a new cycle and phase of your life, there's a number of things that you're sort of weighing up here. See these swords here? They represent all of the different things that you're thinking about that are important to you, and you're trying to sort out these pieces of information in your life. And if you allow it and you are open to receiving the messages, Spirit is going to be working with you to bring those messages to you. So just notice things. Just be aware of your surroundings. It starts with the simplest of things. Go for a walk and clear your mind and just notice what's around you. And slowly you'll find that your energy clears so that you're starting to receive messages, and things will drop into you and you go, oh, that's what that means. So I really feel that Spirit is going to be helping you because I feel that this feels important, like big life decisions, and so Spirit is going to help you with these big decisions that you feel are weighing on you heavily at the moment. So let's take a look at the Psychic Tarot deck. Thank you, Spirit. We can see that you'll be stepping in to work with Capricorn on these decisions. What steps can Capricorn take moving forward? Things are changing in your physical world, and the Prince of Pentacles represents your physical world as well, like where you're living, maybe your job, certainly your finances, everything that sort of is within your physical surrounds, things that people, places, things that make up your current experience of your life. Yes, there's some changes happening there for you. Yeah, well, we know that you're in conflict, mental conflict at the moment. Just really be careful of where you allow your mind to go, because, you know, it can be a bit of a downward spiral if you focus too much on your worries. So, but you know what Spirit is saying, there is light in the dark. We've got a candle there. But just know that where your thoughts go, it's not necessarily reality. We just sometimes believe that there's no way out of a situation, and just because you can't find the answer in the immediate in the immediate present moment doesn't mean there isn't an answer. Spirit is letting you know that you're going to receive the guidance that you need. There's always an answer. It's just that sometimes we step into our fear, and that kind of blocks the flow. Okay, so in this picture we can see a lot of stones and rubble that's blocking the flow of the creek. Well, that's what fear does to us. It blocks our energy, blocks our ability to see clearly and to feel and sense. Now, the deer has got incredible sensory acuity. And, you know, if you are in a state of fear, you won't be able to pick up anything. You'll just act impulsively. But the deer here is very calm and alert, which is what you need to be in order to receive the messages from Spirit. So if you're getting into that headspace, just know that you know, it's more to do with your fear and not to do with reality. You have to breathe through it and find a way to be able to shift your energy. So Spirit, what advice have you got to help Capricorn move through this energy? Stand your ground. Oh, love that. So what a powerful message is that. Look at that. You know, at some point you realise you've got to step up and stand in your what you're truly passionate about, what you really feel strongly about, is to and that, you know, stepping into that energy helps lift you obviously out of feeling down and out, that you can't. It's the opposite of this energy here. So let's see what you're feeling quite passionate about here. It's something to do with your values and what you are, what you're so inspired about in your life. You know, this is to do with your purpose. That's strong energy there. Right. Where are we? Here we go. Apologies, I always find it hard to find the cards in this book. Here we go. So, certainly this card is coming at a time where you're feeling quite tested, and we know that you're feeling tested here and challenged. So, interesting. I'm just wondering, you know, whether you end up having a bit of a heads-on with someone, you know, like there's a bit of competition or some rivals around you during July, either in your personal life or business. And, you know, some competing energies here, which, you know, could be some of this chaos and conflict that's surrounding you, which I mentioned before. It feels like other people's energy and not yours, but you're having to deal with it because it's around you and it's very, very difficult to ignore. But I feel when this comes up for you, Capricorn, it's important that you stand your ground. You have the inner strength and the inner courage to do this. So no matter how difficult or challenging things seem to be, don't give up, okay? Don't surrender. This is of great importance to you. So it's important to be brave and to be strong and to really stick to what you know are your true beliefs and what your values are. And what you'll find is that as you stand your ground, you'll very, very quickly see who's your ally and who isn't in the situation. And these allies will step forward to help support you. And I kind of in many ways feel that the King of Cups is your ally. You know, this person is wise, strong, supportive, grounded, loving. I feel that person is your ally. Yeah. So it's important to remain clear and focused. You know, you're never really standing alone. And even if sometimes you feel that you are and that you've got to defend yourself, just remember you do have supportive people around you. In order to manage some of this external energy that, you know, is annoying and troublesome, please make sure that you stay on top of your health and look after yourself so that you stay strong. This person is very strong, physically as well as internally. And you're going to need to have that, you know, that energy to really push through a matter that's very important to you. And it's really, you know, the message here is to stick with it, to get through this and endure and really stand firm in what it is that you believe and the energy that you need to push through this situation. But you will have victory, Capricorn, so that's why it's really important to stay with it. There's a reason for this, which I'm sure will unfold. So, yeah, Spirit, what else can you add to this situation? What is it that Capricorn needs to stand their ground for? Something that you feel quite passionate about. It's very close to your heart. It does tap into your purpose and who you are as a person and what you stand for as a person. Like, I feel that you, in many ways, Capricorn, you're having to defend your beliefs. And, you know, it is going to require you to kind of really muster up all of your strength to do this. But it's important. And at the end of the day, you are going to have a victory here. So, yeah, look, when you re-watch this reading, you know, maybe mid-month, this will be an important time for you to remember this part of the reading, that, you know, don't be defeated. Keep going and stand your ground. You know, you're on the edge of something amazing right now. You're about to break free. So you need to believe in yourself, be inspired, connect in with Spirit in order to stand your ground. Yeah, that's important. So, yeah, thank you, Spirit. What else? Yeah, okay, so we have the third eye chakra. So this is your ability to visualize the future, to sense what Spirit is showing you. Like in your mind's eye, you'll have a vision of what it is that you're striving for and what it is that you're wanting to achieve. It could be business or personal or both. When Spirit is speaking with you and you're getting those synchronistic events and the nudges and the aha moments, this is part of the mix as well. Like in your mind's eye, you'll have a vision of what it is that you're picturing in terms of the future or in terms of the solution, what you imagine, how you imagine an event unfolding. This is really important. And in order for your third eye, which energetically is on your brow, between your eyes, on your forehead, it's your ability to clearly see something. That's what we call clairvoyance. In order for that to be as clear as possible, you really do need to look after your health and well-being, your rest, your sleep and your nutrition, what have you, and to stay away from fear energy, because that will block it and close that third eye, your ability to see things. Interesting to note. Okay. So in terms of the pathway forward, Spirit, what can you advise Capricorn for the pathway forward? So we still haven't got the whole picture here. We can see energetically what's going to be unfolding for you, but we need to just have a little bit more clarity about what you're standing your ground for. Well, let's just see what these two are. Spirit of place and sad embrace. Let's have a look what this is about. Something's really got you at the heart of things, I feel. Something's gripping your heart, and we're weighing up between feeling emotional about something and feeling assertive about something. I feel there's both strong energies that are coming up for you. It just says to me how passionate you are about this particular topic. So we have Spirit of place here. Okay, so when the Spirit of place arrives in your reading, it says that the answer to your query is in the overarching theme of your circumstances. Is your question about a struggle? The answer is to relax and let go of your need to control the situation, which we know. That's why Spirit is saying you need to let go of the fear and look at things through the eyes of the deer. Really clear your energy and be aware of what is happening around you. So, So when you come to problem-solving things, the energy that has a tendency to block is when we go into fear, right? And when we're overthinking things, we're trying to force a solution. If you're in that kind of energy, you'll tend to block the answers from coming to you. So what we want to create, Capricorn, is this sense of freedom where you let go and you trust the universe is going to coordinate everything that needs to be coordinated, to bring the answers to you, the awarenesses to you. Just think of the freedom of these birds, the raven and the hawk, when they fly. It's a real sense of freedom. It's trusting that the universe is going to hold them in the air. It's being aware, your heightened awareness, sensory awareness, so that you are receiving information rather than forcing a solution coming from your worried mind. So the Spirit of Places is emphasising the same message here, is to let go of trying to control the situation. So if your inquiry is about finding love, then what you need to do is embody love rather than long for it. And what that means is really embrace love in your own life. What are ways that you can show love to yourself? Can you tap into your creativity, like we mentioned earlier in the reading? What things can you do to enjoy your life and be the expression of love? And when you do that, you attract the love closer to you rather than being in a space of how you're longing for love. Okay, so the other card that's come out here is this sad embrace, and that's sort of like a longingness for something rather than, you know, this energy of making it happen for yourself and letting yourself go free. This person is completely introverted. This is the energy that you want to embrace. So if you're finding yourself during the month of July in a space of longing, then you know that you need to go and do something to let yourself feel the experience of freedom and love and enjoyment in your life. Do some things to pamper yourself, to bring out that sense of self-love. Let me continue here. Okay, so once you find the essential truth that underlies your question, name it, and you'll discover the answer you've been seeking. Your greatest power is your authenticity. So when you're coming back to being your true self, Capricorn, that's where the answer lies. You know, we felt in the beginning of this reading, I really did feel that you were feeling trapped and not yourself. But, you know, when you come back to experiencing life on your terms and loving what it is that you do, that's you being your authentic self. And I really feel that July is about you rediscovering your authentic self after a period of time of feeling trapped and feeling in low energy, and really quite fed up with the way you're thinking about things. That's really trapped energy there. So Spirit is saying, yeah, let yourself be free, you know, like the birds, and allow yourself to break free from that trapped energy. You're on the way to moving to something else, you know, Capricorn. You're moving to a new part of your life. So allow yourself to be free so you can move on. I love that energy. So, yeah, it's allowing yourself to be free and not trapped in that energy. The sad embrace card, let's see what that's trying to, message it's bringing forth here. Yeah, I feel that in some ways you are feeling like there's a loss in your life. And perhaps that's that sort of worry energy here, that things are not the way you'd like it to be. So that can be a sense of disappointment, a sense of loss. You know, why aren't things working out the way you'd like it to be? You know, you expected things to feel and look different in your life, and that's giving you this sense of loss, and it's making you feel sad because for a period of time you're struggling to get the answers. But you know, we've talked about how you can break free from that energy. You know, perhaps you've had a dream and it's just not coming to fruition the way you'd like it to. So if that's the case, sometimes we need to really take a long, truthful look at the situation, and maybe it's time to let something go if that's the case, you know, for your highest good. It might be that something hasn't quite worked out the way you wanted it to, Capricorn, and you're feeling sad and at a loss as to what to do with this situation. Look, I completely understand, Capricorn, if when we experience disappointment in our life, it can be